back to the channel. This is Zach here, and Venom Let Their Carnage is finally out in theaters. And yeah, I went and seen it on Thursday night. In this video, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit, what I liked, what I didn't like, and what I overall thought of the movie. So, spoiler warning if you guys haven't seen it yet, probably, or if you haven't seen it and you would like to watch, that's cool too. But spoiler warning nonetheless, just in case this would ruin your experience. And just a reminder, I am trying to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the year. So if you guys do like Marvel, The Walking Dead, or Star Wars content, tune into the channel because, especially with The Walking Dead, there's a lot to talk about nowadays, as well as Marvel, everything. It's multiverse is just crazy. Anyways, without further ado, yeah. So I'm be outright like I don't think this is a great movie. Now that doesn't mean I didn't like it because quite frankly, I really enjoyed it. If I had to give it a rating, I'd say somewhere between a 6 and a 7 out of 10. Um, which would I, let's just go over some of the things that I really liked. Carnage. The the CGI for Carnage is amazing. Carnage looked great. Um, what I really liked is them building up Eddie and Venom's relationship more because it's like it seems more like in the beginning of the movie, Eddie thinks of Venom more as a hassle, but as it goes on, like he's starting to see that Venom is trying to help him, and then like Venom is getting more as the movie goes on after they split up for a little bit and stuff. It's like you could definitely tell at the end of the movie, like Venom's getting more understanding of what Eddie is trying to get him to do. It's really good team bonding. What else I really liked? Well, the post-credit scene. We'll talk about that more in a little bit, but if you've seen it, you know all that by far best part of the movie. The I liked Woody Harrelson being casted as Carnage. I think he played Cletus. He played Cletus perfect. Um, Shriek. Shriek was really cool, and it's for sure like I'm pretty sure that she was a mutant in the comics. I don't know for sure, but nonetheless, in the beginning of the movie, the backstory with Cletus and Shriek, just that little scene, that was enough to kind of like set us the tone. And even so, like when Cletus sent that letter before he was going to get executed to Eddie about how he killed his mom and grandma and his dad beat him and stuff, like you really get an understanding like why why Cletus is not normal in the head. It was really cool. Visually, this movie was great. This was a double-edged sword, but it was really funny. Times I wish it could have been serious, but this this was a more funny movie than you had intended, or what you would expect, anyways. Um, yeah, it's. I'm gonna talk about some of the things I didn't like. The pacing. Although it was a fast-paced movie, I swear there could have been like 15 more minutes of meaningful screen time and this movie could have gotten a lot better. Um, Another thing I didn't like is although you've seen a lot of like Venom and you've seen a lot of Carnage, you've seen a lot of Carnage destruction. You didn't see that much Venom versus Carnage till the very end, and even though I did like the fight, I feel like Screech being the one to kind of basically incapacitate both Venom and Carnage, and the fact that Venom and Eddie were able to bond back up in enough time to eat Carnage. I don't know. I like the fact that he ate Carnage, but it just seemed kind of, I don't know. I remember a bad example, but in Spider-Man, when Toby Spider-Man had to take down Eddie Brock, he was basically losing the whole fight until Harry helped, and then the whole thing with those poles and see that was better than the bell and the scream. I mean, it's basically like she can scream so loud it would just take the symbiote off anyone. So like, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know. I felt like the ending, the conclusion to the fight could have been a little different, but I'm not that stressed out about it. Um, what else didn't I like? You know, I don't know. Like I said, it could have been long. It felt like it was just too funny at times, too much skipped over. And but at the same time, for the first time in a long time, I haven't been at this time I went and seen a movie and I didn't have to be there for well over 2 hours. Um, yeah, I don't know. It was just I feel like Venom could be taken more seriously, and plus, it's like we know Venom is ridiculously strong, and I guess there could have been reasons why Venom isn't as strong as we'd expect him to be in this movie because like Eddie ain't letting them feast on they instead of eating chickens, they need like cows and stuff. And like I don't know if he doesn't want them to eat people, like get him some cows, some bigger livestock. But you know, Carnage is supposed to be stronger, but it's just like Venom seemed kind of like a bitch at times. Like, and I don't mean that in his attitude, I mean that in his power. But it was really cool to see Venom bond with Anne again. Miss Chang, I think that's her name. Like the Venom separating, he was partying. That was kind of funny, and like, but you can tell, like, I don't know. And Venom was really hurt about the breakup with Anne being proposed. I don't know. I liked the movie. It was just some things I didn't like that I think could have been better, but like, I actually did enjoy the movie as much as it sounds like I might be bitching about. I'm gonna stop bitching about it right now. Um, Because, like, when it comes down to it, anything to do with Spider-Man, I just, when I was a kid, that was the cartoon that was on after I got out of school, and that was like, oh, it's so good. And Carnage was always so cool to me. Oh, something that was really Carnage is the CGI with Carnage is really dope though, because the first I thought this was gonna play more of a factor into their fight. It was really only in the first few punches, but like Venom goes to punch Carnage and he does that thing like where he separates his body and there's a hole and he punches Venom punches through him, doesn't even touch him, and it's just crazy. Carnage is definitely badass. Presumably Venom should be a lot stronger now eating the Carnage symbiote, and I do like that it was going to be a question about if Carnage was Venom's offspring like he was in the comics. And when they did meet face to face, he did address him as his dad, so that was really cool too. But let's talk let's talk about the post credit scene for a minute. I'm not exactly one hype as fuck. I'm extremely excited because anything gives me, let's just say what happens, even though I'm sure you guys know, but let's just bring everyone up to speed. So Venom and Eddie are chilling on the run because they ate Cletus and they kind of know something's up with Eddie and Venom. So the FBI, the government, all that. So they're hanging out in some Central American resort on the beach, and like Eddie and Venom are bonding, and they're chilling, watching TV, and something about the soap opera, and I think it's something about she's had secrets in the soap opera, and Eddie's like, "We all have a past," and he's like, "What are you keeping secrets from me?" He's like, eight, I think he said 86 billion light years of hive knowledge will blow your little brain or some shit like that. And he's like, "Oh yeah, try me." He's like, "All right, I'll give you a little touch." And it's like as Venom was like reaching in, there's this slight shift in the room, and like we've seen it similar on Loki, the Spider-Man trailer, and all that. Presumably, this could be when Doctor Strange is pulling the spell. Could be a lot of different things, but all of a sudden, like that, the resort room that they're in, just like the interior changes slightly, and the soap opera's not on TV anymore. And Eddie's like, "What the hell was that?" And Ben's like, "I didn't do that." All of a sudden, it's the it's basically the same scene from the post credit scene from Far From Home is on, except the main difference with this one is instead of showing Spider-Man and a picture of Peter, this is Spider-Man presumably right after the broadcast in the post credit scene because you see Peter with his mask off with his Far From Home suit, and it's like an actual picture in the city. So, and but Venom goes up that guy and licks it, and there's so much things. But let's just talk about the hype moment for right now is the fact that Venom and Spider Man. are going to be meeting, and Venom has access. I don't know if Venom's exactly in the MCU right now, but he has an access and a way in, and that's enough. He doesn't have to be exactly in the MCU. He just has to have access to be in the MCU. You see what I'm saying? Now, if he is in the MCU, then it's cool. I mean, I'm down for whatever. This is just sick. Um, but the fact that he said that guy, and it's like kind of like he recognized him. So the symbiotes have a hive mind, from what I understand, meaning like they're all connected, kind of like Ultron was connected to the internet. And he said of universe, like many universes of knowledge or something of that nature. Now, kind of drawn between the lines, that might mean he can see through the multiverses. He's connected. All the symbiotes have a connected mind, meaning what they learn can be shared to the other ones by accessing this hive mind. If it's through universes, maybe the fact that the Venom symbiote in the Sam Raimi universe has encountered Spider-Man and been Venom, maybe that information is relayed to the hive mind, and maybe that's why he recognizes a Peter Parker or Spider-Man. Not necessarily Tom Holland Spider-Man. I'm just saying. Just throwing some possibility out there. I wouldn't know. I mean, as far as we know, there hasn't been a Spider-Man in the Venom world since these last two movies. We do know Morbius is coming out and supposed to be in that same kind of like universe, so curious to see what kind of like MCU things might come of that. But I don't know what you got. Like I said, I'm gonna give it official a 6.8 rating. Like it sounds bad, but honestly, it's a good movie. It's just not great. It's not Shang-Chi, it's not Endgame, it's not like I really enjoyed Far From Home too. But it's good. It really is. It's entertaining. Wish there could have been just a little bit like something simple that I think might have made it better. Venom and Carnage clashed like 20 minutes before the final fight. Like kind of give that kind of always happens in heroes movies. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the movie. Are you guys hype about Spider-Man and Venom meeting at the very least? This whole MCU potential multiverse stuff. It's nuts. Anyways, yeah, if you guys liked the video, drop a like, consider subscribing, and stay tuned because we got some more content on the way in the coming days. Peace.